Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Night Sky this week. I'm your host, Andrew Fazekas, the Night Sky Guy. It's March 24th, 2025. So happy you could join me. I know I've been away for a little while, but I'm so happy to be back. Great to be seeing all of you. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch or wherever you are on Facebook, for instance, then welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss any of these videos and notifications of what's happening in the sky wherever you are around the world. And I love to be your guide on some of the cool things that you can see out your backyard or maybe out your bedroom window, all those wonderful twinkling lights above and what they mean. And it's a really fantastic hobby and it's really easy to get into. So why don't we just dive in right away? I've got my planetarium program all set up. Here it is. This is the sky for Monday, March 24th, around mid-northern latitude, but no matter where you are around the world, it's pretty much very similar to this kind of setup. And this is about a half hour, 45 minutes after your local sunset. This is the view that you would have. And right away, what you'll notice, of course, is the dominating star-like object, which isn't in fact a star, but a planet, is the largest planet in the solar system, Jupiter. Jupiter is really bright. It's currently in the high southwest western skies. It definitely is dominant in terms of all the other stars that you would be able to see in that part of the sky. This is set up for, as I said, around 45 minutes after your local sunset. And you can see that Jupiter is embedded in a zodiacal constellation. In this case, it is Taurus the Bull, which is now setting. It's usually considered Taurus a late fall or early winter dominant constellation because that's when you get to see it in the early evenings during that season. But now that we've moved to switched seasons and now it's early spring in the northern hemisphere and of course early fall in the southern hemisphere, depending on where you are. And so this is still a constellation that's visible. It's slowly bowing out and giving way to more traditional springtime constellations, but still Jupiter is very easy to find. And what you'll see near Jupiter is that bright star Aldebaran, which is actually a star, and it is a star that represents the red eye of the bull, the mythical bull figure in mythology. And so it's a beautiful constellation. Of course, it's home to a very famous star cluster, the Pleiades star cluster. These are marking out some of the actual stars that belong to this star cluster. It is really a neat configuration. And if you've never seen it, the Pleiades before, it's a great, easy group of stars within the Taurus constellation to find. Very, very easy to see. And of course, Jupiter just makes a great guide for that. I see Leonardo is here from Colombia, South America. Great of you to join us, Leonardo, watching on YouTube. And Teresa is joining us on Facebook, as is Matt on Facebook. Welcome. So great of you to join us. If you're new here, just pop in where you're located. I'd love to see where my stargazing friends are all located around the world. So that is basically Jupiter. Still a great, fantastic target to see. We'll also notice that there's Sirius still visible, but getting, facing that bright sunset view. It's bowing out, getting closer to the sun, Sirius is, but it's still a very bright star located in the southern skies. And if we make this a little bit later in the evening, maybe an hour, a couple of hours after sunset, this is what the Monday night looks like. Also visible is this very, very bright red star-like object. Again, a planet, not a star. This is Mars. Mars, the fourth planet from the sun, still a dominant force in the higher skies in the southwest, almost nearing overhead the zenith. You can see this point. So it's about 2/3 the way up up the skies. If you're in the mid-northern latitudes, you can see that. Dominant also in terms of constellations this time of the year, spring. You got to talk about Leo. Leo, the zodiacal sign of the lion. Giant backwards question mark. I'm pointing that out right here, marking the head and mane of the lion, and the heart of the lion is marked by the star Regulus, which is about 78 light years away. Just a beautiful configuration of stars. There is Arcturus, also a springtime constellation for those of us in the northern hemisphere of Boötes, right there, the Boötes constellation. And let's also not forget, very, very prominent this time of the year in the spring northern skies, is the Big Dipper. Part of it's an asterism, a group of stars that makes this very distinctive configuration to the human eye. It's part of a large constellation, Ursa Major, the Great Bear. It's the back end of the bear with its tail. I don't know how they got the tail associate long tail associated with a bear, but this one does. This mythological bear does, and that's what the handle of the Big Dipper represents. So the Big Dipper right now is very, very dominant in the skies in the northeast, with the two pointer stars of the bowl. If you're new to astronomy, this is a great way to learn astronomy, of course, is the pointer stars. I'll mark them out here for you. One here, Marek is one of them, and Dubhe is the other one. And Dubhe and Marek, if you use these and draw an imaginary line towards the left, you'll get to the next brightest star, which is Polaris. And Polaris right there for you is due north, always points towards the north, and the entire sky revolves around it because the axis of the Earth actually points through this part of the sky, and it points out. If you can point it out into the sky, Polaris marks the tail of the Ursa Minor, the little bear. You can see right there the mythological constellation, the handle of the Little Dipper, and the end star of the handle is Polaris. Now, Polaris never appears to move in the sky. The entire sky rotates around this one star. And then if we keep moving, if we kind of continue drawing that line from the two stars of the bowl to Polaris and off again, continuing left, you'll reach the constellation Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia is this giant, basically W on its side. You see that one star over here. I'll mark them out for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 5 stars marks this kind of giant lopsided W configuration that marks Cassiopeia, the queen, the Ethiopian queen in mythology. It's a wonderful constellation. Highly recommend you do explore this constellation because it's filled with star clusters. The Milky Way band actually goes through this part of the part of the sky. You can see that Milky Way band right here from the north, all the way from the horizon, moving up through the Cassiopeia and even Perseus, the mythological hero, and then Auriga constellation. And you can see then it bows out, the Milky Way does, down in the southern sky, where we have Ur- um, Canis Major, the big dog, with, of course, the very bright star Sirius. That's where we started with this exploration today. By the way, I'm using Sky Safari Pro from my friends at Simulation Curriculum. Fantastic, fantastic software. Big shout out to my friends who put together this wonderful software, Sky Safari. And in this planetarium program, you can see all of these stars laid out that are visible throughout this week. So this, I would say, is a fantastic opportunity this week without the moon really being in the way. You can see that if I move towards Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you can see that the moon is out of the way, and it allows you to really explore these constellations and these configurations of stars and the star clusters within. I'm going to put sky charts about this week so you can go and explore this yourself. Now, before I end the show, One more thing we have to talk about this week, highlight definitely, it's not the night sky, it's a daytime event, is the partial solar eclipse that's happening this coming March 29th, Saturday. Now, let me show you. My friends at timeanddate.com have put together all fantastic information you need to really understand where to be in the world to see this. And really, to see this properly, you can see that this partial solar eclipse, where the moon takes a big bite out of the sun, that's what it looks like for observers, is right here. Let me see if I can just move this up here. And you can see if I show this map, this, if you're in the northeastern part of North America, you're going to see a partial eclipse of the sun. So for folks, for instance, if you're in the New York area, you will see a little bite of the sun taken out. And this will happen early in the morning. We're talking about 6:51 a.m. Eastern time that you'll see it. This is the view from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You can see from Boston. It's a little bit better. Boston, Massachusetts gets to see about 42% of the sun being gobbled up. If you are maybe in Montreal, Canada, where I'm located, again, about 46% visible at sunrise. So what's really fantastic is this is a view of the sun at sunrise. And those of you that are maybe in England, in the United Kingdom somewhere for perhaps, you will be able to see about 40% of the sun being eclipsed, but this will be in the late morning. We're talking around 11 o'clock local time. Now, there's a lot going on. Folks in Spain will also see, France, Germany, Scandinavian countries, Iceland, Greenland will also be able to see it. Atlantic provinces like Newfoundland in Canada will get to see it. In Nova Scotia will also get to see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide a link to this page so that you can figure out if you can see this, if you're in the right location. This is going to be a fantastic event. Let me see if I can put that into the chat before I leave. Here we go. There is the link going in right now. And so do just go around on the map and look around and see if you're located in in that area, in northeastern North America or in Europe, you'll be able to see a bit of this beautiful partial solar eclipse that's happening in North America and parts of Europe as well. So take a look at that. It's a really fantastic, view that you can get. Highly recommend it. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Remember, you need eclipse glasses to safely see this partial solar eclipse because the sun can damage your eyes. So it's utmost importance that you use. Maybe you put away those solar eclipse glasses from last April and you have them somewhere lying around. This is your chance to actually use them. It's a fantastic opportunity. So do take advantage of it. It's a beautiful partial solar eclipse. Imagine seeing a crescent sunrise. That's what folks in northeastern North America will get to see. I know I'm going to be out there at sunrise watching this. I'll try to live stream it. Again, this is March 29th, Saturday. I'll post all the details on my timeline. So make sure you subscribe, Facebook, YouTube. I'll have all that information out there. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you got a few morsels of information out of this that'll guide you in your observing of the night sky. Again, remember to subscribe to my channel. You don't want to miss out on any of these amazing sights. Thanks so much for joining me. And again, I wish all of you clear skies. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.